Welcome. My name is Matt, and this is Roll Incorporated. I'm going to be your DM for the evening. And since this is our first time playing, I think I'm going to just go ahead and introduce everybody. We have Ray playing Olivia. I'm pointing at my screen, even though you can't see me. We have Ray playing Olivia, Jackie playing Clara, Kel playing Hurdler, Zoe playing Magda, and playing Caden. This is our first game, our first real live game with these characters. We've played one quick session with the characters beforehand to get a feel for them. So you're going to be learning about them just as much as they are learning about each other. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5e for anybody who wants to know what we're playing. And we have some homebrew rules in here. The biggest one that is going to cause the most eyebrow raising is Fighting Spirit. It's based upon Angry GM's Fighting Spirit. If you want to know how that works, just ask in the Twitter chat, and our producer Kevin will be happy to send you a link so you can see exactly what our Fighting Spirit rules are. Outside of that, I don't really feel the need for long introductions or anything. I just want to play some D&D, so we're going to just jump in and play some D&D. So let's begin by me closing windows that I don't need open anymore. Let's begin with the scene. Olivia, Clara, and Hurdler. You guys arrive individually to the train station, the tram station. These aren't really trains like you would think of them. These are magical trams that move about the city. And you have arrived probably, mostly at the same time, around 10 a.m. in the morning, ready to hop on the tram and head to the courthouse to take care of your business there. The ride itself is about 45 minutes to get all the way into the center of the city, this wide 30-mile city of Ujamaa, packed with people, and this is how most people get around is by the trams. So as you get to the train station and you stand on the as you stand on the what is it called? Frick. You have to start talking. Platform. Thank you. When you stand on the platform, you notice collectively, you notice that there's a smattering of people, probably 20 or 30 regular people who are just going about their business. And as you kind of scan the crowd, Olivia, with your sense of just looking for problems or trouble, since you are still in uniform of the watch, the police of this particular city, you see a group of people huddled together, not really huddled, just sort of congregated together. There's 6 or 7 of them, and there's one guy in charge, and he seems to be talking to them, and just kind of his eyes are scanning, and he is just keeping an eye out. They look like hard folk. They all are carrying clubs at their waist, as well as some sort of scimitars and crossbows. They're very well armed for being walking around in the city, and with your practiced eye, you can see that they're part of the mob, the smugglers group that controls most of Ujamaa. As you are also scanning, you notice a car pull up, and cars in this world are not like modern day cars. They are horseless carriages, is the best probably way to describe them. A dragonborn driver, well dressed in a 3-piece suit, gets off the top of the driving platform and opens the door to the riderless carriage, and out steps an incredibly well dressed man, wearing fine clothing. You can tell even at this range that his he's about 150 feet away, and he is the cut of his clothing fits him absolutely perfectly. This is quality tailored cuts. And behind him, he extends his hand and helps out a young woman. From this distance, it looks like a young woman, and then a man climbs out from behind the woman, and they stand there and talk for a little while. The other thing to catch your eye that just stands out to you, Olivia, is a gnome standing on the platform, nervously talking to himself as he hops a little bit from one foot to the other, and he's clutching a box that's about 12 inches, 16 inches long by about 6 inches deep. He's not holding the box, he's clutching the box, and he's just sort of nervously sitting there and muttering to himself and smiling, and he seems to be having a great day, but he's by himself.
Keep your hands in your pockets. There's some weirdos around here.
So as you sort of scan everything, let's see. I'm going to mute our producer so I don't hear him. There we go. Yeah, first session getting things worked out. So as you scan this, you stand there with your family. Olivia, why don't you tell us what you look like? So everyone else knows what you look like.
Sure. Just kind of giving a nasty eye across the crowd. There's a sort of a shorter girl, woman, dressed in full plate watch uniform, and she's got her arms crossed, and one of the arms is bandaged. Looks like a recent injury, and her face has a big old bruise. Looks like a fresh black eye. And the most notable thing is that she's got like hair that's probably the same color as fire. It goes from like a red to like a yellow at the ends, and she's got these like fiery, like reddish eyes that kind of almost. It seems like they might have changed color at some point when she was looking around, and just kind of an off look on her face as she walks towards the tram.
All right. You look over at your family members who are standing there with you, and standing between you and your sister is your brother, Hurdler. Hurdler, why don't you describe what everyone would see as they're looking at you?
Yes. So I am not like the others in my family. I am a bugbear, and I'm 7 foot tall. I'm a hairy dude. I'm wearing some heavy armor, and I've got these jowls, right? That, like there's like this viscous line of drool that's dripping from one of my jowls, and I kind of just go slurp it back up into my jowl. Yeah, pretty freaking nasty. And I've got this gauntlet on, and it's got a bronze plated emblem of like a symbol of a hog or a boar in it. And I've got a big stick. Looks like I could whack somebody really hard with this stick. I've got these long, super long arms. It looks like it's not unfeasible that I'd be able to get on all fours and just like run on all fours. That's how long my arms are. I'm a bugbear, half bugbear.
Awesome. As you kind of take in the crowd, the gnome draws your attention because he looks like he is just having a fantastic day. And that's the kind of person, you spot are happy people. And the other thing that's amusing is with your height, he's about 1.5 feet tall. And so you could accidentally step on him. So you sort of note him. So you make sure not to accidentally kick him. And that brings us to Clara. Clara, as they are sort of, taking in their take on this, what's going on around them. What do you look like, and what are you doing while everybody's sort of standing around waiting for the tram?
Well, I'm certainly not as tall as my brother, but Clara's this tall half elf. In contrast to her sister, she's got kind of green and teal hair that reminds you a lot more of a forest than a fire. She is carrying a staff with her with a bright green jewel at the top, and wearing kind of long flowing caster's robes. And she is very much like not paying attention as much to the people around her. She's kind of excited to be on the train again, and after their long day yesterday, she's more interested in finding a seat than looking around at the various shady people. She's going to trust her brother and her sister to look at that.
All right. So as you guys are just sort of standing there waiting for the tram to come in, the car, I said before, pulls up, and out steps the lovely lady that even from like 150 feet away, you can tell is quite stunningly beautiful. Magda, why don't you tell them what you look like as you step out of this car?
So Magda is around 5'5", 5'6". She has dark brown hair. She is dressed in a dark dress that is plainly, it's like not very elaborate, but very finely cut out of very fine fabrics. She's wearing elaborate jewelry. Her hair is well braided. She has a tattoo along her left arm that you can see is fully rendered and colored down towards her hand, and it spreads up onto her collarbone where it just becomes kind of lines and splotches of color, unfinished work.
Behind her, stepping out of the car as well, the carriage. I still haven't determined what I'm going to call this thing, but the horseless carriage is a gentleman that looks to be maybe slightly older than the lady in question, behind Magda, and he scans over the crowd, instantly picking out two things. Caden, as you sort of look over, you don't really notice the gnome. That's not on your radar as far as the threat is concerned. What you notice, though, is the group of men who are standing there. Specifically, Finch, one of the men you've worked with before. He's a leader, and his team, or what he specializes in, is snatch and grabs, kidnapping or acquiring objects that need to be acquired. So kidnapping or theft. And so you sort of see him and you kind of eyeball his crew, and it's obvious that he's there with a working crew. They could be hopping on, heading to a job. They could be just coming from a job. They could not even be on the clock. They just could be hanging out. But as you sort of eyeball them, it's that's there. And then you also see at the end of the train station, Hurdler is so big that you can't help but notice him. And after you scan who he's with, you see Olivia, a member of the Watch. You've never worked with her before and you don't know her name, but you do spot that she is probably a member of the Watch, and you make that mental note out of habit. Why don't you tell everybody what you look like as you step out of this carriage, horseless carriage?
Sure. You see a human with like a shock of like white hair, white silverish hair kind of thing, kind of pulled back, slicked back on the top of his head, around 30 years old-ish, somewhere around there. Very dark clothing, a lot of dark long jackets and stuff like that, but then also this kind of dark blue cape wrapped around himself in a way so that you don't see much. All of the material looks very fine, well done, expensive, but very functional. But the cape kind of conceals most of him as it's wrapped around his shoulders, and kind of he holds one hand, his left hand holds it kind of across him as well. So you don't see much other than black boots at the bottom. As he gets down off of the tram, his right hand is hidden, and he comes up behind Magda, and you can see him kind of lean in towards Magda and just whispers, stay close. Stuff's happening here. And he's always seems to be within a very close proximity of Magda. You'll often see his hand kind of reach out, even if he's not looking at her, like that his hand goes out to make sure he knows exactly where she is, a gentle touch on shoulder or back, just to keep that mental note of where she is. And is often scanning the crowd, picking up some of these people that you're mentioning.
As you are scanning the crowd, Anthony begins to speak, which sort of draws your attention in his smooth cadence. This man that originally stepped out with the incredibly fine clothes, even nicer than what they're wearing. He goes, well, here we are, the tram. It's been quite some time since I rode it, but we'll have to wait to do that experience again. But your mission today is to make some friends. I do believe that there might be something that happens here that will obviously put you in danger, Caden, since we're being on the forefront. But almost everything I send you to is probably going to put you in danger. So, that's just sort of going to be the way of the world now. So don't bother asking that question anymore, I think. But yes, I just have the sneaking suspicion that as you sort of hang out here, you will, as you ride the tram, take it towards the capital, and somewhere along the way, I think you'll find some people that you can hang out with and maybe help us out with our endeavors.
You're not supposed to tell us how you know this.
No, but I appreciate the question.
So we're just making friends.
Exactly. You're very good at this, Magda. Just hop on the tram, ride it up to the capital. I will meet you there and see how well my little experiment paid off. I do love these tiny little experiments.
Now. Okay.
No, you're not the experiment. The experiment is whether or not. Never mind. Just know that I don't think I would send you into somewhere that you were probably going to die. I don't think. But as it stands, you have abilities, you have skills. Use them wisely, and hopefully, we walk away with a skilled group of people to continue to pursue our endeavors.
Right.
Your confidence is incredible.
It's truly inspiring, dear.
Well, I am so glad that you guys are inspired, and good luck. I'll see you on the other side, as it were.
Yes.
Also, just because I sent you out here, I'm very, it doesn't hurt to ask your own questions as well. Don't just blindly follow whatever mission I put in front of you. I almost rarely know exactly what's going to come of it. So good luck and have fun. And he turns, gives you a kiss on the cheek, Magda, and steps back into his horseless carriage. His driver climbs back up, and his bodyguard never actually got out of the car, out of the carriage. Darren just stayed in. It was a very short interaction. He waves out the window as he draws the curtain over, and it drives away.
Magda, we have multiple groups of people here that are worth keeping an eye on. There's a watcher here as well. I recognize some of the other characters here who I don't know if they're on a job or not. And certainly no missing that big one over there.
Any that look particularly friendly? Oh boy.
Look, making friends, that's when he refers to both of us, I assume he's speaking to you.
Yeah, I mean, could he give us, I don't know, any more ambiguous of a mission? I don't think so.
Just stay close and let's just try to get through this, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
whatever this is.
As you guys are talking, what is your conversation looking like over by Olivia, Clara, and Hurdler?
Olivia, remember what I told you about expressing your feelings?
Oh, here we go.
Are you serious?
This might be a good opportunity. You know, I never see you with any friends. Maybe you could make some friends. There's plenty of fine-looking people around here.
Fine-looking people?
Well,
Are your eyes open?
Aside from those few over there, those sketchy-looking fellows.
Look at that gnome. Look at his face. Why is it all screwed up like that?
Those aren't good feelings to express, if they are feelings at all.
Did you really expect anything different from Olivia?
Oh,
I can try.
As you guys are talking, the tram pulls up, and people begin to push on. I am not going to fill this map with the randos, but the front and back car begin to fill up. And you guys are welcome to take a seat somewhere in the tram, or stand, as it were. There's not a whole lot of benches. The Finch, Caden, he walks in with his group. It didn't take the token. He walks in with his group of people. And they sort of take up one end of the car. And
How
Olivia,
many people are with them?
there's a total of 7 counting him.
I will take Caden's hand and start pushing onto the train.
Okay.
Hello.
You guys both step onto the train. It looks like Olivia is hanging back and steps on after everybody else is on. The train itself is a normal, like there's nothing special about the train. It is just a regular old run-of-the-mill tram. The gnome comes on and he sits down on this bench over here. It takes him like 3 tries just to get up on the bench because he's so short. Oh boy, gotta take a load off the feet, man. Oh boy. He kind of just looks around. Hey, he looks over at you, Clara, who is standing right there. Oh, you're a big one. Hey, mister, don't forget I'm here. Don't want you sitting on me. Referring to, you, Hurdler.
Okay, I think I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm not seeing Clara and Magda on the map.
Let's see. Let me just delete them, and I'll pull them back out. Please hold for technical difficulties. There you go. How's that?
Nope. I'm still not seeing them.
Well, that's a frustrating thing. That is weird. I wonder. It's not due to my settings, I don't think. Oh, you can see the gnome, right? You can see Caden?
No. I can see Caden and Magda.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't see my own token, but I see it on the stream.
See, this is weird.
Why is this the difficulty? Everything was working fine. How is he?
Literally like 15 minutes ago, it was working just fine.
There has to be one difficulty. You can't.
Yeah, all right. I'm deleting everyone's tokens. Pull your own token out. I'm not going to pull it.
Everyone's deleted.
Everyone's gone. Kill him with fire.
No, didn't work.
No, you pulled it out, but you can't see. Yeah,
I can't see. Like it's just a blank square.
So you don't see your picture.
Yeah, I get the idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know why that is.
It's fine.
Yeah. That's why. Is the token the one you're supposed to be using called token good, or is it is?
Good naming conventions for organized piles. Token good. Not
bad. Token good, not bad. That's okay. Awesome. Because I need to change something then. All right, cool. We will deal with this a little bit over the break, but at the moment, I think would you not be able to see the other people though? I'm one of those people like it gets in my head and I start thinking about it, even though I should just drop it for a second.
It's good. We're good.
Yeah.
You can just move forward.
Yes.
Oh, hey there, little guy. What brings you on the tram?
Travel. I'm heading up to the capital. Gotta go see some people.
The capital? Are you a big city folk?
No, I'm not very big at all. But yeah, I'm Chester, by the way. I run Chester's Chest, a place that I make magical stuff for people who like to fight in the arena and compete and whatnot. But not today. Not today. Closed down today. Heading up to the Bureau of Magical Affairs today. Yes, sir.
Sounds like you have some important business to do.
Oh, yeah. Very, very important. And he holds the box that he's holding and just pulls it a little bit tighter to his chest. Bureau of Magical Affairs is Olivia and Clara, well, many of you know, is who controls the licensing of magical creations. And so when somebody, Clara, you would know this particularly well. If somebody were to invent something, like your father invents something that has a spell or a magical component, he has to take it up to the Bureau of Magical Affairs and have them, sign off on it and put their stamp of approval on it. Also, when you guys level up in terms of your spellcasting, the spellcasters of the group, you would need to go to an office of the Bureau of Magical Affairs and get a new license for your higher level spellcasting in order not to get fined. or sent to the mines for using illicit magic. So they basically handle all of the regulation and control of magical items and magic.
Hey, Chester, I get in real close and whisper, "You should be careful with that. I'm not sure about all the folks on this train."
What are you talking about? People are really friendly.
Shh. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You said, "I'm not sure about the folks on the train."
Maybe we should keep that down just a little bit.
So why don't you tell me about small people things?
Okay. First of all, you're talking about the people on the train. You're talking to a person. He could have been one of the people to look out for. Why are we just talking to him? This is dangerous.
He seems friendly enough. He talked to us first.
Just because they're small doesn't mean they're innocent.
I mean,
what do you got against small folk?
He looks pretty innocent.
You don't know what's in that box.
I think you're being very offensive.
When you mention the box, he holds it closer and scooches down the bench away from you, Olivia. And you notice a man break off from the group of people, and he sort of walks up and stands next to where you guys are sitting, Olivia, and he has something in his palm, and he sort of flashes it towards you. Give me a perception check. First roll of the stream. When it goes off. You're right there?
Sorry, what?
Perception check?
Oh, I thought you asked somebody else. Oh, I'm good at this. Oh my god, I was like listening, like, okay, perception check, when's it happening?
Yeah. Yep, we're all waiting.
There
17.
you go.
As he kind of flashes it towards you, it's the sign of it's a coin, and I put that in quotes, about the size of a fist, a little bit smaller, and it has an image of a rook on it, and he's identifying himself as a member of the mob. And you, as you glance at him, in his other hand, he has a small pouch that you can accurately assume carries somewhere between 25 and 35 gold pieces. And he kind of just glances over at you and goes, so you on duty?
Yeah.
Could you be off duty for a little while?
For what?
Oh, somebody took something that the rook wants. He's just taking it back. Stole from him.
What? I've been thinking about taking a break, but I'm a little hungry. But I seem to be out of cash for lunch.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I always like the service that the watch provides for us. Here, why don't you take this for lunch? And he hands you the pouch.
You know what? I think this will do.
Fantastic. And he walks back over to the group and talks to the guy in charge. Has a brief conversation with him.
Would Caden catch any of this? As he's watching his
give
group?
me a perception check. You notice the interaction, and you can roughly assume what it is.
Okay.
It's a standard bribe. It's a standard, you can go take a hike for me kind of thing. And so you wouldn't know exactly what the exchange was, but you can pretty much figure out.
And Finch, the person who I've seen at the other end with this group, do I know him personally in terms of having worked with him, or is it more by reputation?
You've worked with him.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Magda and say, you all right here if I take a little walk?
Of course. Be careful.
Always. And Caden would kind of go for kind of a slow walk looking out the windows to see if he can get close enough to Finch that he could, catch his eye. See if he can.
As you stand up and start walking over, Finch just watches you. Like, you don't even have to catch his eye. He's watching you. Come on over.
Okay. I'll walk up. I'll walk up to a point where there's maybe 10, 15 feet between us, and kind of stand at a window, like he's not going to approach him all the way.
Got it.
But just
go ahead and put yourself where you're gonna stand. As you walk up to approach him, Finch just sort of walks over and leans against the same window. Magda, you see the guys that were around Finch begin to spread out in the cart, sort of in this pattern, and sort of surround the two of them. Several of them begin to slip off. They're carrying beat sticks or clubs, and several of them, pull them out and just sort of hold them low down against their leg.
I'm gonna stand up and just move like here.
Okay.
Hey guys, I think we should
Just kind of find someone to sort of stand behind and watch.
Well, Hurdler's right there. And he makes for a really good stand behind. Hurdler, this woman just sort of comes up and gives you an eye, and then just stands there, kind of just using you as a shield. Give me an insight check. Let's see if you realize what she's using you for. 16. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that she's sort of using you to block, so she can spy around you.
Okay. Well, that's not. I don't take anything like she would be doing anything hostile to me or anything like that. So I'm just gonna allow it. I'm gonna keep my attention focused on these guys who just pulled out their clubs. Maybe I'll pull out my own.
I think there might be more comfortable seats on the other tram if you guys want to walk over there.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well,
Yes,
you're
I'm
not
going to agree with
stay
you
and
for
see what
once.
happens?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm Magda. Who are you?
My name is Hurdler.
Her. Is that
That
right?
was close enough.
Yeah, that was spot on.
I'm Clara, and she holds out her hand.
I will very gingerly take it. And you are? Is Olivia?
Oh, this, and I push her forward. This is my sister, Olivia.
What he said,
Sister?
Olivia.
Yeah, we're all half elves.
Fascinating. Really?
You hear a tiny little voice come from behind Hurdler. I'm Chester.
Hi, Chester.
What are
Caden,
you?
oblivious to this because he's looking out the window,
Right.
the opposite direction, looks at Finch as he comes up and just kind of nods and just kind of quietly says, it's a nice day for a ride.
It's a great day for a ride.
Good, you've got some company with you. Looks like you got enough people with you for some tough work.
It's hopefully not going to be that tough.
With so many people, I would, just appreciate if if you had any indication that we should be perhaps somewhere else to stay out of your way while you're working. I'd appreciate knowing about it.
So he's been sort of muttering now, and he sort of turns and looks over at you. And he goes, "Oh, Sherman wants to speak with you. You see, well, we'd be here for you and the girl."
This chill just runs down Caden's back as he realizes he's literally walked into what he thought was them here for something else. Well, I mean, perhaps we could make some other arrangement.
Oh, you know how it is. Look, the boys want to do this the right way. Sort of knock you both out, and then when you wake up, you're sitting in a chair. But you and I, we've done some work together, and that just don't feel right. So Sherman's pretty mad, though. Word has gotten around that you slipped your collar, see, and people are starting to talk. Girls are walking off the job thinking they can find somebody to take their collar off. We can't have that, see. So you got to come
No.
with us. You know how this works. If you resist, we don't want to make a scene.
That's just a bit of an oversight. And Caden reaches up, his blue cloak that he has around him goes up, pretty high on his neck as well, and he kind of pulls on his the top of his cloak where there is no collar, but you can't see that because of the cloak. And he says, "No, that's a misunderstanding. I'm still under contract. There's plenty going on. I think you've been misunderstood, or someone is playing with you, Finch."
Oh, it's not me. It's Sherman. Sherman is the second in command underneath the Rook. It's not me. It's Sherman. You got to talk to. You know how it is. He puts out a job, and we go and do the job. So you don't make this any harder than it's got to be, man. Would hate to have to hit your friend that around a little bit.
What did you say?
Well, you know how this works. We're not gonna kill anybody, but it's not an easy process to get somebody to come where we need them to go.
Right. Well, a lot's been happening in the past month, Finch. I think you gentlemen here, if you just want to take a seat, I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay right here. Let's just make this easy then. We'll get off wherever it is you need us to get off.
Oh, fantastic. You know how it goes. We'll pull the emergency stop cord in a little bit, step off, hop in a carriage, and why don't he turns around and he says something in what do you don't speak Elvish, do you?
Nope.
He says something in Elvish to this guy, to the meaty bandit who walks over. He goes, he's gonna go over and tell your lady friend the way this is going down, so that way she doesn't.
He grabs as he says that, Caden will grab Finch's arm and say, "Leave her. If you're after me, I can
Oh no,
come."
we're after both of you. Why do you think we got such a big crew?
Right. Sure. And Caden's gonna just try to catch Magda's eye as he's leaning against the wall. See if she's looking this way. I imagine I can't see her with Hurdler there.
You turn around and you don't see Magda anywhere. You look over your shoulder and then you catch her kind of peering around Hurdler.
Right. Well, I guess we're with you.
Fantastic. The easy way it is. Magda, you're standing there talking to these guys, and you see Caden is in conversation, and he looks over his shoulder at you.
Mm-hmm.
And give me an insight check.
Okay.
And I'll give you advantage because it's Caden.
All right.
Natural 20. Yeah, he is. He doesn't even have to give you any of your signals. He is. His mind is racing. He is trying to. He is not in a happy place. Things have just gone sideways to the extreme.
Right.
And you read that, and this guy comes over and goes, "Excuse me, Miss Caden and Finch would like to speak with you. If you could come with me, please."
Oh, okay. I don't suppose you know what about.
That's for them to tell you, ma'am. I'm just a gopher.
Well, I was having just a nice conversation with these folks here. It's pretty rude of you to come up and interrupt.
Yes, is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine, miss. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
The oblivious Clara.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, we were just getting to know each other, and I put the spiked end of my club down on the ground in like a like back off kind of tone.
See, this fine gentleman is her lurler. I
That's
dare
right.
you to say that 5 times fast.
The guy who came over is looking like, well, shit. He sort of looks over at you, Olivia, because this is the same guy that came over to you, and gives you like a what the fuck look.
I'm not doing anything. I told him I'm taking lunch.
And he's like, this is way over my pay grade. He's like, the boss wants to see you, miss.
I mean, I can come talk to him when I'm done having this fine conversation right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Okay. And he kind of comes over and walks back, and he comes up, and you can hear him say this. He goes, she won't come over. And Finch turns to you and goes, could be a problem.
Look, there's no problem here. We'll just come with you wherever you need to go. Just let her sit. We're not going anywhere. The tram is moving.
Well, it is for now until we pull the emergency stop cord, and then we all have to get off. And then, she should really be over here. Otherwise, it's gonna go the standard procedure.
Raises both his hands and he says, I'll go talk to her. You have your man come with me. That's fine.
Oh, all right. He sits leaning against the window, and he makes a hand signal with his hand, and the men sort of shift, giving you an opening to go, and they just sort of walk around over here. Chester is standing there, sort of, engaging in, just watching all this happen. Oh my! There's a lot of people on this train.
I know, right?
And he sort of just backs up. Hurdler, you can feel him just bump into your back. Barely, because he's so small. But he's just holding his box. Oh, I hope they're not after me.
Why would they be after you?
Because of what I have.
I told you.
What do you have?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm not observant, but
Right. He goes,
you had a friend.
You know how they have those belts of flying, but they only can go so high, and they only last for like a couple minutes. Man, I can never remember to continue using the character voices that I applied to people. A while back, I got my hands on the feathers of a rock, a giant bird that's got some sort of magical properties, and I used them and I attached them to a pair of boots. And now, with some enchantments that I did and some tying in and a couple of mistakes, I've created a pair of boots that'll let you fly. And it'll let you go as high as you want, and it'll last for 10 times as long as the belts do, and they're not anchored to a single point. And this is just going to change the industry, and I just need to get it and register as mine, so that way I can, don't get it stolen. And I think these guys are here to steal it from me. The problem is he doesn't talk quietly, and so all of you heard this.
Well, that's very impressive.
No, it's just a scientist.
Would Caden and Finch have heard that from over here as well?
No, but you're walking over to Magda, so the group shifted to encompass you and them, so you're over here. So you would have heard that, you just weren't over by Finch. Finch has moved up, and everyone heard that.
Magda, we're going to have to go with these fine folks. And
we are.
Yeah, I think honestly though, it's probably something we're going to want to not go quietly about.
Do I hear any of this?
I would whisper as I trail off my sentence.
Give me a perception check, Hurdler.
Magda's. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Magda's not whispering, by the way.
Right. You pick up that they are in distress. And Olivia, you realize that you are now in this circle. You have guys behind you, and the respect that you would get as a watcher only goes so far. Like, as soon as things go down, if things go down, they're just going to assume you're part of whatever's going down. But yeah, you would have heard pieces of this.
Well, see, Caden, I just made some wonderful friends. Seems a shame to leave so soon.
Caden looks around at the rest of the group up at Herd Lurler. Right. Well, I suppose you're all about to be in this middle of something a little untoward here.
I'm not staying.
What?
I'm sorry.
Olivia.
We need to go to the next. I'm hungry. We need to leave to the next cart.
Olivia, your stomach can wait. These people are in distress.
Also, if you don't notice, we are surrounded.
I can fix that, but what I can't fix is that I'm hungry, so we should leave.
We can fix both.
Just take a ration.
I don't want your freaking beef. I know you make this yourself, but it's not good.
That's taking it too far, Olivia.
Oh, that hurts.
I'm just hangry, okay?
I was thinking.
Caden will kind of put his hand, his right hand comes out and touches Magda just on the shoulder and said, "I don't know how are you ready?"
Always.
Ready
And
for?
looks at the rest of you and turns around and says to Finch. He shouts over and just be like, "All right, Finch, we'll go with you."
Finch kind of looks at you. Give me a deception roll, Caden.
Any chance that I can help him?
No.
No, okay.
Too late.
Yeah, fair.
And so he looks at you. Let me have him roll insight, which I think is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ability check. And he goes, "That'd be how it. Well, boys did want to do this the right way. Let's do this the right way, boys. And I need everyone to roll initiative." So you do that by right-clicking on your token. For those who can see their tokens.
It's a little toggle combat state.
Yep.
Oh no.
Is there an active encounter? Because it's not.
It'll there we go.
There we go. What?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Foundry?
Is it bugging for you?
Yeah.
Why is it doing fractions?
The fraction is the tiebreaker.
Ah, okay.
For
okay,
if two people
okay,
have the same.
Right.
I think it's your dexterity or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just roll dex.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, great. This is about right.
Love to hear. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great's always a fun one.
You're gonna need to add me to the initiative counter. It added me as a 14. I'll take that instead.
Yeah, you did roll initiative before.
Oh, I must have clicked. Cool.
Right. So as these guys start to surround you, and you say, doing this the hard way, Finch gives a command in Elvish, which some of you understand is "take them." And this bandit right here, they have all these verbs they put in front of things. So this is the annoying bandit. He's going to actually come forward and go after you, Clara. Because one, you're the closest thing, and two, he has to get through you to get to everybody else. So he is going to come up, and he's using a club, and then they're not striking to kill. They're striking to knock you out. and so he's going to swing his club at you. Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You get hit in the face with this club, or you don't actually take like a huge blow. You take a glancing blow as you try to jump out of the way as you take 4 points of damage to your fighting spirit. Let's see. Let me pop this out. Then the orthopedic bandit. That's the verb it gave him.
Okay.
Can you describe him?
He has slightly higher boots, and
He looks comfortable.
he does.
He looks comfy.
He has a riser on his boots. He has you can tell he's got wide, flat feet, and so as you glance at his feet, it's very clear he has custom built boots.
Dang.
The orthopedic bandit comes up and he swings a club at you, Hurdler, and he swings it sort of at your midsection. Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Yeah, so he just swings it at you and it bounces off of your butt cheek. It doesn't really hurt.
I've got iron butt cheeks.
Is that a feat you take,
It's
or
a
is
feat
that...
and a character flaw.
Do you have armor around it? Like,
No, they're
don't know,
just
you
that
did my
like the
art.
muscles are that good.
He just clenches and it bounces right off.
Clara,
Yes.
Am I up?
you are. Yeah, it's your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look at the guy that just hit me, and I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay. Well, sleep is an area of effect. So who are you? Where are you casting it?
I'm gonna cast it like in front of me, like just enough behind him so it gets there. Oh, though if it can, creatures. If I put it right between the two guys on the bottom corner, could it get both of them?
Yes, you could conceivably get the 3 at top or the 2 on the bottom.
I think I'm more like I am not that observant. I would not know that I could
Sounds
see
good.
the 3 at the top, and the guy just hit me. So we're gonna
Sure.
attempt.
So go ahead and roll that sleep dice so I know how many hit points. I'm almost certain it'll work.
Okay. And I need to click on the 5d8.
21. It starts with the lowest, so this guy goes to sleep.
Good.
Where is the sleep thing? Incapacitated, grappled. It'll take me a little while to learn where all these things are. But yeah, this guy goes to sleep. We're gonna just put the stunned marker on him so I know that he's stunned or asleep, as it were. And this guy goes to sleep because you rolled 1 above what you needed to roll. Get them both.
Yay.
So both of them fall asleep. As you cast sleep on them, a harmless spell that collapses on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not looking to like kill anyone.
Yeah.
He just
Anything else?
hit me. No, I'm gonna stay next to my brother.
Okay. The leader, Finch, walks up and goes, That wasn't very. Now he's Russian. No. You see, that wasn't very polite. And he reaches out and he is going to hit you with what looks like a stick with 2 barbs on the end of it that's coursing with electrical energy. He's going to hit you with a stun gun to try to stun you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Interestingly enough, it acts a lot like the spell Shocking Grasp. So, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
He hits. You take 9 points of lightning damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, to not be stunned.
Okay. Saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not stunned, but yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, my fighting spirit's real low.
Yeah, that kind of your muscle seize up, and yeah, and he looks at it like, huh, and he looks like he's charging it up again to hit you again.
Oh no!
This guy is sleeping. Olivia. So far you haven't done anything, so
Okay. Those 2 are sleeping. I have to look at the combat on the screen to figure out what's going on.
Right, because you can't see yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So those 2 are. Okay. I looked at the guy right on top of her.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah,
The
he's
orthopedic bandit.
Yeah, he's the guy that just did the zappy stuff, right?
No, the Zappy is Finch, the Paintable Heroes bandit over here.
Oh, he's over here. He's beside the gnome.
By Clara. Yeah, he's beside the gnome, who is sitting there shaking in terror.
And I just got shocked and going, help.
Yeah. Sir, please don't attack the civilians. That's not a part of anything. And I want to pull out my Sigmar wand and cast Hold Person on him.
Okay. Roll me the whole. He has to roll a wisdom save.
Yeah. DC 14.
Saving throw. He fails. He is now held. As you cast Hold Person on him, he is incapacitated.
This is the guy right above me. Sorry.
Above Clara.
The guy that just shocked me.
Yeah,
correct.
That's looks. He's got a knife.
Yep, that guy. He has the incapacitated thing on him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't see that guy.
Yeah, it's hard to see because we don't see.
Oh man. Where's that coming from?
I don't
that's
know.
Claire's mic. Olivia, you have done the Hold Person. Caden,
All right.
they have jumped in. You see two are sleeping. You saw a spell get cast, and he seized up.
Can I just go between the people to stand beside Clara?
Sure.
Okay, cool. That's it. Sorry.
As you do so, you take an attack of opportunity from the orthopedic bandit.
Sure.
So he swings his club at you. 19.
Yeah, it's my AC.
So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it just kind of bounces off your armor. It's going to leave a bruise.
Yeah, 3
Caden.
points.
All right. So as Olivia, this watcher, shoves by him on the side, he will kind of like as she moves him out of the way, kind of turns and uses that kind of moment to like pull out a couple daggers from his chest, and he's going to move straight for the guy who's nearest Magda, and he's going to try to hit with a couple dagger attacks.
All right.
I'm going to guess.
As you whip the daggers towards him, the first one scrapes across the front of his armor and does not quite, do the kind of damage you're hoping for. It doesn't hit. The second one, as you wing that one around, you also don't hit. This situation went sideways quick, and but you just cannot seem to get any damage in here. He looks at you and seems, as you're attacking him with daggers, he drops his club. And pulls out his scimitar, and goes, "Oh, we're going deadly then," and swings it on you. 9.
9 misses. Catch it with the daggers.
Yeah, you catch it, fling it off, and he looks a little disappointed with that. The squiggly bandit. These names are amazing. He's gonna sort of look at where everything's going, and he's gonna come over and use his action to wake up the annoying bandit. Turn the fuck up! And so he wakes him up. Hurler, action has exploded around you. Everyone's getting involved.
Of all the bandits, he had to wake up the annoying one.
Not the orthopedic one.
The orthopedic's not asleep.
So I've got these long arms, right? Mm-hmm. My club, I can reach this guy that's held with an attack. It's my understanding. Yep. So I'm going to make that attack, and it's going to be an advantage. And if I hit, it's going to be a crit.
Why the crit?
Because he's being held.
Oh yeah, Hold Person does that.
Hey.
That hits.
All right. And then that's the second damage for the crit.
You swing down on him, and he looks pretty fucked up.
I'll do it again.
I think he gets a wisdom saving throw for taking damage, correct? From Hold Person? Every time he takes damage? I don't know I'm asking the person who has the spell on their sheet.
No, the spell, it's not loading. I'll just look it up though.
What do you mean it's not loading? Why are you having issues today?
I don't know. I will.
Usually it's me.
On break.
Yeah.
No, it just says
hold
at the end of
person.
its turn, it makes another save.
Yeah, at the end of its
Shoot
turns.
humanoids within range.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about.
Okay. All right. So he doesn't. Cool.
I will make, with my War Priest ability, I'm going to make a bonus action attack against it.
Okay, then. Sure. That's a thing you can do.
It is a thing I can do.
The second one also hits, and he just collapses on the ground. Are you using deadly force or using non-deadly force?
No, non-deadly.
Okay. So he collapses on the ground unconscious. The other bandits kind of look around like, well, shit, Magda, you just watch this giant beast just reach over with his club, go whap, whap, and the guy fell over on the ground.
I am going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
All right.
And yeah, that's really all I can do. I am gonna just kind of stick close to Caden for the time being.
All right. Seeing what just happened, this guy's gonna come over here, and he's gonna grab Finch, and he's move him back, and he says, "This isn't gonna work. Let's go." And gives the command to flee. The annoying bandit comes over and pulls the emergency stop, and as the train starts to slow down, he jumps off and runs off into the streets. The orthopedic bandit follows suit. You guys can take attacks of opportunity if you desire to.
Yeah, could I have tried to grab the guy as he was dragging him away? He's under arrest. He hit a civilian.
Yeah, you can. Sure, actually, give me an athletics check.
Okay. I'm supposed to be good at this.
Contested.
16?
Yeah, so he tries to pull him away, and he can't because you have him. And so instead of jumping off, they all sort of, come on, we're getting out of here. Let him go.
He's under arrest.
Well, yeah, we're gonna want our lunch money back. Then.
That was not for this girl. She is a civilian. Though it was for those two. You weren't supposed to attack us.
You didn't know that.
You didn't say anything. There was no contract.
Yeah. So the other one's going to attempt to as well. So give me another contested athletics check. He has advantage on this because he doesn't fucking matter.
Help me. Help me. Natural 20.
Yeah, his body. No, actually,
he's under arrest.
Yeah, he can't. How are you holding him? Because he's not within 5 feet of you.
What? Can't I just? You said he was going away. Couldn't I move up? When?
Sure. We'll make this a little bit looser. Yeah. So this becomes like this struggle. They want to take, they want to leave him, and you're just sitting there, blocking them from doing so. While this is happening, Clara, what would you like to do? You see this tug of war over this unconscious body, as they are clearly stating that they're taking the fuck off. He's under arrest. He's under arrest.
Clara will lean over to Olivia and say, "That one's still asleep back there. You can still arrest him."
This one hit you.
Yeah, he hit me, and I'm really hurting about it. But I would really like someone to not hit me again.
I got it. Good. Stay behind her.
Do I have anything? No, I don't want to. I'm not going to attack anyone if they're running. She's just going to stay there, and she would have tried to be like, Olivia, just let them go.
This guy is sleeping. Olivia, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to pull out my manacles. I'm guessing I have those because I'm a watch person.
Yeah, it's a collar, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to snap that on.
Okay.
And yeah, he's under arrest.
Give me an acrobatics check as the other bandits are sitting there trying to... No, stop! No, you're not...
Yeah, I am. I thought that I told you that.
No, they block you from being able to do it. They have advantage. No, stop. No, we're just getting off the train. Don't make us hit you. Stop. Caden.
Resisting arrest.
He's unconscious. He can't resist.
This bandit right in front of me, does that look like he's itching to turn and run as well?
Yeah, they've called the fallback. Standard procedure. The leader went down. They're outnumbered. No point.
I'm going to reach forward and grab him by the front of the shirt if I can, and just say to him, not Sherman. Sorry, it was
Sherman,
Sherman,
second in command.
The second in command, not of this group, right? But
no, he's the second in command of the mob.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab him and just tell Sherman he's made a mistake here, and I'm going to shove him back. I'm not trying to like do an actual shove attack or anything, but just shove him away, and reach out to grab like Magda's hand kind of thing and just make sure she's all right.
Okay. He hears what you're saying, and he heads, as you're, I can't quite get over there. He's gonna 15 and then 10 as he gets over here. Let's see, let me roll an intelligence check, see if he tries to grab those boots.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
He
Chester!
reaches over and tries to grab Chester's boots, which is a contested strength 10 versus Chester, which doesn't have any strength whatsoever.
Yeah.
But he's holding. No, get away! Get.
It's very determined.
Yes. The squiggly bandit. He's gonna walk over or run over and wake up his other bandit friend. And then he's gonna come and join in in attempting to get their boss off. This tug of war. Hurdler.
Yeah, so my new goal is to protect those boots. I want to get in the way or like hold an action for anyone to like grapple them or get them the hell off those boots.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's a guy playing tug of war with him now. You want to just reach and throw him off?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Yep. Against this guys. Yeah, you just pick him up by his armor and chuck him off the train.
Oh gosh.
What the and Chester, when you do that, runs behind you, just right through your legs. That brings us to Magda.
All right. Seeing Olivia arresting that guy for attacking someone, I'm gonna quickly like shove Caden's hands with his knives like under his cloak. Like, put him away.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just turn around and smile very sweetly at the other three.
Okay. What, me, little me?
Yeah.
Anything.
Right. So this is going to be the final check to see whether or not you arrest this guy. I don't want to just keep going through the initiative going, do you arrest him? Do you not arrest him? So what I'm going to do is they're going to roll 2 athletics checks because there's 4 of them. So they're going to roll 2 at advantage to try and just drag this guy off the train. And then you can roll your 2 and try to stop them from dragging him off the train. The good news is they all have an 11 strength. So it's really not, they roll a 19 and a 16.
Okay, so I do 2 as well?
Yes. First one against the top group, and then the second one against the bottom group.
Okay, wish me luck.
Oh.
15.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, so as they just pile on, pushing you off, you realize you're quickly outnumbered. A couple of jabs are thrown in, and they just grab him and just drag him off the train. But you have left your mark on him as they've done so, and they successfully disengage and get away. You see one of them pull out a health potion as they're getting off and just shove it in his mouth, and he staggers, and they run.
Doesn't he still have the collar on?
No, she never successfully put that on.
Oh, okay. Boo.
It's like trying to handcuff somebody while there's 5 other people trying to stop you. And so as the combat sort of dies down, as you look around Olivia, completely unsatisfied with the way this went, and maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't tell you how you feel. But as you look around, you see Magda looking at the group all sweetly and very pleased with herself. Caden is on edge, and Chester is hiding literally behind her like a dog who just got beat. And that is where we're going to take our break. All right, we are back. Where we last left off was the I had it open on the other screen and heard myself coming through my ears. That's disconcerting. Where we left off, the battle just concluded. You look around. Magda, you seem to have successfully roped these people in. Olivia, give me an insight check on Magda.
Okay. I have a condition, apparently.
Yes, you were holding concentration. So when you cast a concentration spell, it automatically puts it there. So you know that you're holding concentration. That's a handy feature of one of the modules of D&D, a Foundry. And just to push this a little bit farther, if you were to cast another concentration spell, it would tell you you're about to cast another concentration spell. Are you sure you want to do this because you're already holding concentration?
Yeah.
That's useful.
Foundry VTT. Oh yeah.
Foundry modules on Foundry VTT, but yes.
No, it's fine.
All right. So, insight check. Yeah, I think you realize that you might have gotten played by Magda. Not necessarily played, but it was, her coming over and talking to the biggest person in the room was a very intentional move. So yeah, as the battle sort of winds down, you still have about another 20 minutes of train ride. What would you guys like to do?
I want to sit down. I'm not feeling great.
Thank you all so much for helping me. I mean, for helping us.
You got it.
Are you okay?
I'm good. Just a little winded, a little dizzy.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
you don't look too great. I'll give you some healing. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Okay. You get 6 fighting spirit back.
Okay.
So, I think that we deserve some answers. First, what's your name, sir?
I'm Caden.
Nice to meet you. My name is Hurdler.
Just do your best.
Sure. Caden keeps looking to Magda for like, what are we doing here? You've been talking to these people, obviously.
The train starts back up.
Thank you for your help. We should probably get going.
Well, I think I do want to answer your questions. What few of them I can answer, because unfortunately there are very few of them. Yeah, I don't know who those people were.
Do you know why that they were after you?
No.
So you're just a couple people on a train, and these people wanted to kidnap you specifically, and you don't know why.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Sorry.
They stole something.
Perhaps they were confused with your little gnome friend here. They must have been after something with that box that he was talking about. Obviously, that's the powerful magic thing here. I can imagine there's some confusion. These types aren't very intelligent. We just got caught up in it somehow.
You don't look anything alike. How would they mix up you and a gnome?
honestly, if you want my opinion, it's probably, we don't, we're clearly from the upper class. I think they're maybe hoping for some kidnapping money.
For members of the upper class, he sure seemed chummy with one of them.
Well, I am. He's my aide.
Why would your aide go talk to the kidnapper before kidnapping?
I didn't go up to talk to him. He came to me.
Saw you.
You walked to the window, and then he
Bye.
walked to you.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
What did you say to him? Did you piss him off?
No, I said that it was quite a beautiful day and quite a ride, and it seemed like he had a lot of people with him. Asked if he was doing a job of some sort, going to work.
Guys, no, it's not. I'm not an idiot. I know something's going on.
Well, obviously,
they came
I
up to
just
me.
nearly got kidnapped.
They came up to me before that, told me you guys took something, and gave me some money to look the other way.
Took something.
Took something that was theirs.
You took money to look the other way? You said
No,
Obviously
I-
didn't.
I obviously didn't. That was a slip of the tongue. I meant they paid for my lunch. And that is just because I
Seems roughly the
was
same
hungry. Nope. It was a different thing.
Mhm.
That was not what I meant. Clara.
We
Look.
still helped you, and
You
now it seems
did.
like you're keeping stuff from us, despite the fact that we seem to do most of the hard work.
I'm very, very grateful for you for that.
So
so
grateful
am
you
I
could.
too. Thank you for.
Chester, hold on. We appreciate your ingenuity, Chester, but
I'm glad you got your boots back. I was afraid they were going to get them for a moment.
How did you know about my boots? Who are you?
Oh, I heard you talking. I'm so sorry. Was I not supposed to hear that? I'll forget it immediately.
Okay.
oh, Chester, just we stuck our necks out for you. They got away. They might come back for us. We would like to know why we might be in trouble with these people.
Look, we thoroughly appreciate the incredible work you two, bystanders, civilians here did in lieu of, this watcher doing absolutely nothing to help innocents who were being attacked on a tram.
Well,
So,
okay, she came
appreciate-
to my aid, and she's
That's
better than she's treated me so far. So we're good.
Well, it wasn't because it was just detective civilian. It's not because of you. It wasn't because it was.
Heard, can we talk about feelings now?
Oh.
You're
Heard,
muted, Heard.
we don't have you.
I'm muted. I've been talking for a while, I think.
Oh,
I've got this mute button on like my my line, and it just kind of slides down sometimes.
Yeah,
I heard your mouth is moving and nothing is happening.
Heard's just dumbfounded by this
I
whole
was wondering why
conversation.
everyone was cutting me off.
Oh no, we weren't.
No.
Hey, big guy. I really appreciate you helping out. If you're ever down looking for some gear, feel free to stop by Chester's Chest. I'll give you a good deal.
Chester's Chest. Oh, wonderful.
Easy to remember.
Magda, can I speak to you just for a moment?
Of course, yes.
Just step a little bit aside and just under his breath, just look. Friends, is this what we're supposed to be doing? I'll defer to you here. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
That was-
I don't have any more of an idea than you. He said make friends. I made some friends, more or less. It's better than nothing. Let's just try to keep them as friends.
Okay, you should
And,
know. You should know. They were sent by Sherman. He's one of the mob. He's not far below the Rook, if not directly below. And they were they named both of us, not necessarily by name, but they knew about the collars. That means they've started searching.
GM question. Do I know much about the mob and its relations to like the government and that sort of whole system?
So they are sort of sanctioned. You would have had none of your clients probably would have been from the mob, but some of the girls would have been had clients from the mob. They deal in it's one of those things where there used to be wars between gangs in the streets, and it was kind of bloody, and illegal magic was used until this Rook guy stepped in about 60, 70 years ago, and he sort of took over a very small gang, like 5 or 6 people, and within a matter of a couple months was ruling most of the human side of the city. And then he extended just beyond the borders into the elven side and the dwarven side, and then stopped. He controls 2/3 of the city. Ooh, that was Clara's mic. He controls 2/3 of the city, and then the rest are controlled by smaller gangs that sort of agree to let him. Like, he's like, I could take you guys over, but I'm not. So follow my rules. And so then the wars in the streets stopped because rules were established. And now, if you want to assassinate somebody, you have to go and put an application in, and things have to be approved. And so the Rook became an actual advisor, probably the lowest ranking advisor of the 21 of the 21 advisors. He's the lowest ranking one, but he is his position was recognized, and he's an advisor now.
Gotcha. So the name that Caden has of the guy who was looking for us, is that one I would recognize?
Yes, he's a huge hulking guy, well known for he's very quiet in terms of how he talks, but you probably would not have met him. But yeah, he's the Rook's off doing advisor things. Sherman is his dedicated, loyal second in command.
Right.
Olivia, I saw the way that you came to your sister's rescue.
Oh.
It was... You love her.
Oh.
You love her.
I wouldn't go that far. We're good. You don't have to say anything. It's fine.
Your family.
I think I'm gonna vomit.
You love each other.
Oh my god.
Vomit from love. That's how it works.
No.
I just wanted to comment. I think that you guys have come a long ways emotionally, and I'm very proud of you both.
I think you've come too close to the chemicals at work.
Sorry?
I think you've come too close to the chemicals and toxic materials at work, because something's wrong. You're seeing things.
I don't think so. I think it's love. Just saying.
No.
Clara is very uncomfortable.
And tired. Chester turns to you. Thank you for helping out. Here. And he digs into his side pocket and he hands you a healing potion.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, she immediately takes it.
Okay, so that would be 2d4 plus 2. So you get 4 hit points back.
I'm still not up to full. It's okay. We're good.
You're looking fine. Why does your token say that you only have 14 out of 14 hit points? Did you never update your sheet?
No, I'm a wizard.
Oh, yeah.
I had 11 hit points before.
Wait, you only got 3?
No, I had 10 hit points before. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you only got 4?
It looks like you're full then. It looks like you have 14 out of 14 fighting spirit.
Yeah, I just took healing and a potion.
Right.
So, Caden, Magda, clearly you're hiding something from us, and that might be okay, so long as we understand that your intentions are good. It sounds like you might be in danger. Do you need any help?
Help would be greatly appreciated, yes. Please know, we truly do not mean to get you into any harm or get you tangled up into things that you don't want to be tangled up in, but
We're already tangled.
It's a little late for not tangling.
I'm not tangled.
Chester,
Not even
you're
close.
great.
Just next time you talk about your projects, lower your voice a little.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. As he says that, the tram pulls into the station at the Capitol. And he goes, well, thanks a lot. Feel free to stop by Chester's Chest. I'll give you some good deals. And once this is approved, I might even have one of these to sell. And he hops off the tram and runs and disappears into the crowd. As you look out off of the tram into the square, parked off to the side is a familiar horseless carriage, standing there waiting for you to arrive. As the tram pulls up, a gentleman steps out. As you guys get a closer look, as he's closer, he's got raven black hair that goes down to about mid back length. He's wearing a doublet fastened up on his left shoulder, going down with brass buttons, made out of a fine, probably cotton material or something like that. But it's incredibly, Egyptian high thread count kind of material. You can tell how much I know about clothing. He probably has pants on underneath, but the doublet is a one piece unit that goes all the way down, although the buttons stop at the waist and then the rest just goes down in two. He carries himself with a calm demeanor. Behind him climbs out, didn't really see him climb out. You don't quite know how he got there, but there's a large man, probably got some half-orc blood in him, standing behind this well-dressed man who climbed out. And see, he is talking. As he climbs out, somebody rushes out from the crowd. Not the crowd, but sort of rushes over to him. And Olivia, you notice that this is, you know who this is. This is Nicholas, your boss, is for some reason at this train station, the major in charge of several companies that you are in. And he sees this person, and you hear him from 100 feet away address him. You go, advisor, so good of you to be here. How can I, and he just starts kissing ass like immediately. But you now know that this person that is being addressed is one of the advisors, the 21 people who control basically everything inside the city. Outside of the sages, they're the second most powerful people in the city.
This important people, make sure everyone stay.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, why don't you come this way? And I'm just gonna make a beeline for him.
Oh no.
Are we
You saw this person talking to Magda and Caden when they got onto the tram the first time.
Oh.
And so then you know that, it's the same guy.
Okay.
Anthony, dear.
Magda.
Questions for you.
And I don't know if I have answers, but did you make friends?
Yes, I did. This is Clara, Hurdler, and Olivia.
Fantastic, Clara, Hurdler, and Olivia. So tell me, how did you meet them?
I think we should talk first.
He chuckles and he goes, No, this would be a good story. And as you sort of walk up, you see Nicholas, Olivia, you see Nicholas sort of he's got this look on his face like he just stepped in a pile of horse manure, because he was trying to get this guy's attention and it immediately goes on you guys, and he has no interest in talking to Nicholas. And so he's trying to figure out how he can make himself relevant again. So he's just sort of edging around to be part of your group. And looks like he's about to speak up, but doesn't quite know what to say yet. No, do tell. What? How did you guys make friends?
There was an attempted kidnapping on this train. Very exciting.
That is very exciting.
These lovely fellows chased them off.
Oh, fantastic!
Some of them
chased off some of them.
No, some of them helped.
I mean,
Most of them.
Don't know.
That's great. That's great. Well, if you stopped and attempted kidnapping, I imagine a reward would be in order for that. Wouldn't you say there, Nicholas? He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah. I knew something like that might go down, and so I had
Yeah. He
one of my
signed me,
units."
Olivia. He signed me on the job. I attempted arrest, but the suspect was taken away by his comrades. He got away.
Right. Yeah. So you sent one unit for attempted kidnapping.
You knew that this was going to happen?
Or I wouldn't tell you if I did. This is a secret. I was on a mission, and it was my mission not to say anything.
You're not very good at this, are you?
She's very mysterious.
Mysterious.
Give me a deception roll, Olivia. And
No,
Magda, you
don't
can
even.
give me an insight roll.
Don't
Oh,
even
no.
ask.
She keeps things very close to the chest.
I mean,
Like emotions.
Yes.
right. Those.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah. She is like, lying is so not her thing.
It's all right.
Everyone knows she's lying. Anthony says, "Well, since you enlisted the help of these guys to stop the kidnapping, I do believe a reward would be in order then. Don't you agree, Nicholas?" "Oh, yeah, certainly. Yeah. And since you failed to get the arrest, it should probably come out of your pocket, right, Nicholas?" Right, yeah. 25 gold apiece then. And yeah, sure. He's looking less than enthused now. So Magda, and Caden, and Hurdler, and Clara, and Olivia, how well did you guys work together? Because I have some work that I might be interested in hiring a larger group of people to look into some things. It'd be good to have a watcher present to make sure everything's on the up and up, and a hurdler present to make sure anything that is up, can be reached.
Or put down. I would just like
down.
to say that, Clara, Olivia, and I work very well together. Isn't that right? We're kind of like a unit.
Absolutely. We are just a well-oiled machine.
Yes. So, if that's a good question. How much money?
Well, he turns over at Nicholas, who's like totally eavesdropping now. He goes, "Aren't you gonna go get the reward money?" "Oh, right. Kind of scurries in. Caden and Olivia, as you guys are keeping your head on a swivel as you normally do, you don't know quite how he got there, but Anthony's bodyguard, who you guys, Caden and Magda know is named Darren, is now behind the whole group, and has somehow, there's like he's imposing a barrier, and he brings his voice down. Anthony brings his voice down, and he says, "Actually, this might be better discussed inside." And he opens up the door to his horseless carriage that has a very large interior, seats for 5 or 6 people, a whiskey bar in there. And here, step inside of my my car, and we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Clara looks at Hurd and Olivia, just like, are we getting in the stranger's car?
I'm going to sort of like gesture for them.
Do we have time?
That's a good question.
Oh, don't we need to be somewhere? What time is it?
I think you'll have time for the amount he's willing to pay you.
It's not about money. It's like, it's a very specific time. We're supposed to be there.
She was never there, so why should we be there? And
I mean, we're supposed to be better.
It
This
probably
sounds like
is a lot of
person
money,
that
though.
isn't worth spending your time on.
It's complicated.
Anthony pops his head out of the carriage. Are you coming?
They're being indecisive. Just come on.
I think
could
we
they
should go.
give us?
I think
Could they give us a ride in the carriage? It could help.
Of course.
course.
Where do you need to go?
To the courthouse.
To the courthouse.
yeah.
Okay.
And Clara will get in if there's a promise of a ride.
Yep.
Yeah. Get in last.
There's a seat in here, Herd, that is very large, and you actually sit comfortably in it. And then you watch as Darren climbs in and sort of looks, and you realize you're in his seat because he's just a little bit smaller than you, but he climbs back out after Anthony says something to him. And do any of you guys speak Orcish?
No.
Yeah, he says something to him, and you feel the carriage rocks as he climbs up onto the top. And so as you all take up... Yep. Go ahead.
Sorry, just as Olivia walks, Caden, since Olivia says she's going to wait till the end, Caden will go in just before her, and he'll turn around and look back to her and just be like, no one paying you to look away in here. Enjoy. And he's going to walk in and wait for her to kind of keep an eye on her as she comes in.
Just give
I'm
him a
going to
look.
sit next to Anthony.
He moves over to give you a spot to sit next to him. He says, well, I have a mission if you guys would like. My name is Anthony, by the way. I don't know that I've been properly introduced, and I apologize for that.
Yep. Yes, my name is Her.
He reaches out and gives you... He's got very soft hands. And he gives you a handshake. And he goes on to Clara, right? Yes?
Clara, yes.
We're going to the courthouse. He taps on the roof, or rather rings a small bell, and the carriage starts to take off very smoothly. And you're Olivia, yes? I've got the names correct?
You said we were going to get a reward?
Yes, that will be delivered to you. Your boss will make sure that it goes. The major. It'll be coming from him. He'll take care of that. I'm sure he will make sure that happens. Otherwise, I'd be very displeased. I am an advisor to the sages. In particularly, I oversee the territory regarding and the handling of burials, deaths, and things like that. Not terribly exciting, but it is a position that comes with some power. And however, something happened very recently down at God's Inn. This is the slang name for where the gods are laying to rest at the moment. It's just outside of the town, and the location is well known. People go there to pray occasionally. An incident happened in which some watchers were escorting a very important individual by the name of Rose down there, and she and the watchers, most of them did not come back alive. One of them ran off. One of them is we have not heard of since, and one of them was recently recovered after going through a large amount of torture, it appears. And so far, we have not made much headway into what happened there. Because of this, I'd like to know what happened there. And so Magda and Caden, they work for me. But on their own, they can get in over their head pretty easily. So I would like to create a team to support them and help them out and lend an investigative eye where their charm and wit can't take them. What do you guys say to heading down to the God's Inn, seeing what's there? If you're able to, if it's open, go ahead on in. Basically, just find out what happened. And in the process, I'll for heading out there, I will pay you each 100 gold to just take a 2 days walk out to the inn, take a look around, figure out what happened there, make sure everything's okay.
You're going to pay us each 100 gold for taking a stroll down to this location 2 days away and telling you what we find.
Yes. Though rumor has it that it is now occupied by some sort of ghost. So there's that.
Oh, there's the catch. There's the catch.
That sounds
There's
very
also
exciting.
Rose. So tell me, Anthony, did Rose come back for this, or has she disappeared too?
No. The house that you guys visited is the House of Rose. She's still around. She is
Right.
actually looking for somebody, and I am looking for them too now.
So, you mentioned that one of the guards came back heavily tortured.
Well, yes, you literally rescued this one 2 days ago.
Oh, she
Oh.
was the guard.
Yes.
She didn't stay with us very long. You kind of whisked her away. We didn't get much information
She was very
about
hurt.
who she was.
There was a troop of 3 that went out there, if I recall correctly, right? 3. And one of them took off. Apparently, stole an item that belongs inside the tomb, and he is now running. I'm hunting information about him, but that's neither here nor there. So what do you say? 100 gold. Go check it out. If there's a ghost there, deal with it. If there's no ghost there, find out what happened.
You say
I
one
say
of them-
yes.
Oh, okay. You say one of them is
Fantastic.
heavily tortured. Are we going to be? Is that the possible problem?
Probably if we get caught by this woman, Rose.
I don't know what the outcome is.
But
I
if she's
just-
not there,
Yeah,
we're
potentially.
safe.
I honestly don't know the outcome. I just have a goal, and I put you to it to figure out the rest.
There might be a ghost. That sounds very interesting.
We need the money, and I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah, 100 gold's good.
I mean,
Wait.
as if we're going to be working with these friends, let me just make sure I understand what you're painting for us here. There was a tomb. Something maybe was stolen. Someone from that escaped. A guard from the tomb has been tortured. And that guard happens to be someone that Magda and I met the other day, who is in this Rose's home.
That wasn't where she lived, but yes.
It was her house, not her home,
She owned
but
it,
her
I suppose.
house, her
Yes.
property.
I believe she purchased it strictly for the point of being able to torture somebody there. So
Well, yes.
Den?
And now you want us to
Torture
go back to the tomb.
chamber.
yeah,
Hmm.
yes, actually, I think you have a good layout of it. This tomb, I don't know how much you know about it, is where the gods are sleeping. The fact that somebody is taking things and meddling, it's very important. But at the moment, there are other things taking up the mindset, the time, the energy of the watchers, and Rose is very important, and she says that everything's fine down there, and so because of her weight that she carries, the right people listen, and so I could step on toes and raise up a fuss, or I could just deal with it. So this is dealing with it.
Right.
And Olivia here is a watcher. It lends some authority. By the way, Olivia, if you like, I could have you transferred underneath my branch as a liaison, and that would add some level of authority to it.
Is there a pay raise with that transfer?
No.
Well, didn't expect one, but is the title is higher than private third class?
You're actually
no,
private
what-
first class, but
I knew that.
well, yeah. Maybe. But I don't get involved in the military affairs. I just know that I could request you, and they'd probably, not fight me too hard. Owe a favor to somebody.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if you love what you do, you don't have to say yes. This is just a potential assignment. It's if you don't need the gold, if you don't want to go out to, if just Clara and Hurdler want to join and you want to go back to your beach or whatever you're doing, that is perfectly fine as well.
She's coming with. We're a unit, a family unit, right, Olivia?
I just hope there's room for career improvement. It's mostly just what I'm looking for.
I couldn't answer yes or no on that. But if you stick around with Magda long enough, you'll probably find yourself rising up in the world.
All right.
Excellent. With that settled out of the way, I do believe we're here at the courthouse. So, you guys figure out where you'll meet in the morning, or whatever. The plan of attack is up to you. The mission, how you approach it, is up to you. Just learn what you can. The more you know, the better, because as Magda and Kaden could tell you, there's often more to it than I suspect. And so, the more effort you put in to learn every piece of knowledge, the better. We'll find out what's going on with my trusty crew. What should I call you guys? Anthony's allies. No. What should we call you guys? That maybe should be your first order of business. Figure out what your name is. It's what I should put you down and bill you under.
I like it. I think we should go with it.
Oh no.
I didn't expect the family to grow so quickly.
Oh man.
The Tram fam. How appropriate. Well,
Scott said that, not Kaden.
their voices are so similar.
Oh my goodness.
Well, good luck. I'll be in touch, Magda. Once you get back in town.
No, I would think I want to talk to you real fast.
Oh, of course. I have a gift for you, by the way.
Oh. Once Clara, Hurdler, and Olivia step out, I'm gonna hang back to talk to Anthony.
I suppose we should meet back up somewhere, right? How about Chester's chest house, right?
If you'll give me just one moment, I will be there. And we can discuss.
Sure.
We just have an appointment inside.
Yeah. 1 moment. How long is a moment?
Yes, dear. How long is a moment?
Fine. Chester's chest.
Tomorrow.
We'll meet there. Tomorrow. Mid-morning?
Sounds good.
All right.
Couldn't we just go to a coffee shop?
That's a good idea too. I know of a place.
I know of a place too. Let's meet at Chester's chest because we both know what that place is.
Okay. I guess I'll bring coffee.
Good idea.
Okay, so you guys head towards the courthouse, and Kaden and Magda, you stay in the carriage. Yes. What would you like to talk about?
So, Sherman of the mob wants to talk to us.
Very interesting.
Went so far as to try to kidnap us.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he do that?
Something about Wait, no, I didn't hear this conversation.
Our goddamn collars is why.
Really?
This is you.
No, not me. This wasn't me. I don't control everything. I mean, taking the collars off was me. But you agreed. So that would be you. The question is who owned you prior to the collars being taken off?
Never really found out.
I
Just dealt with the
I don't know.
handler of the handler of the handler.
Yeah. Well, that would be a very interesting thing to figure out. I think. But good news is you'll be out of town for a couple days.
Oh, will he? All right.
Well, you will. You're heading down to the tombs.
Sorry, I thought you said Sherman would.
So you'll probably be okay. But if
Probably.
Sherman's hunting you, the first couple of times are bound to be nice, and then after that, he's bound to be less so nice. So maybe maybe now that you have some new friends, you should figure out a way to go and have a conversation with Sherman.
Yeah, I think so. But I
Look,
don't suppose that's something our previous owner. I don't suppose that's something you could pull some strings and find out, seeing as we're no longer in that loop.
Well,
clearly
that
able to find
is.
things out.
I know some things. Yes, I get visions and ideas and goals. But finding out who your previous owner was, well, you guys lived and worked at the palace, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty easy route to draw then. And my understanding is correct, is that palace was owned by the Rook.
Ah. Figures.
Look, it's one thing to shake our hands and say, do my bidding, and here is, I'll take this collar off of you. It's another thing to throw us into a situation where the goddamn mob is chasing us down and trying to abduct us from a tram. You knew
Well,
something was going to happen on that tram.
You
I knew
did.
something was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew that something was going to happen. So, I don't often, you think I know all this stuff. Like the last job, you're like, what's in the house? I didn't know what was in the house. I just knew that something was in the house. So, I knew that somebody was looking for you, and so I made sure to put you where they're able to find you. And I knew you'd find friends, and so now we know who's looking for you. Now you can do something with that.
Would have
Caden,
been
you have
nice.
contact.
Would have been nice if you just said, "Someone's looking for you."
Yeah,
We're
but
going to
then you
find
ask
out
more
soon.
questions about who's looking, and then I tell you what the plan is, and you don't. Caden says, "There's no way in hell we're doing that," and then it's just what happens if I don't know. I just have pieces and fragments, and you guys are very good at handling yourself. You should trust your own abilities. I trust your abilities. You walked away from that just fine. You got hurdler, that's a twice the size of a gain. Clara and whatever Olivia is, and she's the one you might want to watch. But
Yeah.
you have a group. You have people watching your back now. You came out of it just fine. You need to trust your abilities. I trust your abilities. And I put you in situations, yes. And yes, Caden, they're life and death situations. Well, not this one, from what I understand. They were probably just, what you said is they were kidnapping, which isn't a death thing. But those collars can't go back on. So if I had to hazard a guess, I would imagine the Rook wants to know how you got him off and what you're going to do to refund his money that he paid for you. So, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what he wants. So,
Wouldn't that be your responsibility then?
refunding the money? Oh, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't buy you. I didn't buy you. I simply gave you a gift. Legally, I'm not responsible for any of it.
I think that depends on how the Rook looks at things, doesn't it?
It does. But the good news is for me, is when it comes down to it, I am an advisor, and so if he's going to chase somebody, it's likely going to be you guys, not me. But that's a problem for the next day and the next day, and you have some information now, and I will leave that to. I'll help you as best I can, but not in anything that distracts from what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is, I say this not callously, but what I'm trying to figure out is far more important than your life or even mine. And so, do the missions I put in front of you. You can always refuse if you wish, but you're learning new abilities, you're making new friends, and working towards your freedom. It's not going to be an easy thing, and you'll figure it out. But I don't have a whole lot more for you, Caden. I'm sorry. I can't offer guarantees or protections or anything like that. That is going to be something you guys have to get for yourself, or else it won't last.
Looks over at Magda just kind of shakes his head. Just like, he's going to get you killed. We're going to need those people.
I agree. Thanks for the
gift.
Hmm?
I have a gift.
A gift, okay.
And he holds out a box, and it's a earring box. And as you open it up, there are 2 sapphire earrings.
These are lovely.
These are not normal sapphire earrings. They are enchanted. Now that your colors are off, you can wear magical items.
And what do they do?
Well, if you wear one, and somebody else wears the other one, or has the other one, you'll know exactly where the other person is, or at least the direction that they are.
I immediately hand one to Caden.
Thought you might like that. As long as you're on the same plane of existence and within 10 miles, there's a range limitation.
Fair enough. All right.
The sapphire part is the enchanted part. You could turn that into a necklace, a ring, or something like that. Anyway, well done. Now, good luck on whatever I have meetings to go to. So, farewell.
Goodbye, Anthony.
Goodbye. I'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah, I step out of the carriage.
Caden follows.
Hurdler, Clara, and Olivia, you guys make your way up the steps of the courthouse. A imposing building, not in its height, but in its width, and the fact that it's just this square building with walls that are just flat, plain brown. The windows in it, there are windows, but they're barred. It's imposing because you don't have a sense of joy looking at this building at all. It's just a sense of order and structure, and there's a crest of the god of order and authority over the top of it, and there's something in which would equivalent to in Sylvan, which would equivalent to the Latin of today, that says, does any of you guys speak Sylvan? Claire, I think you do, right? Yeah, and you're muted, but
yeah, I do.
Yeah, noted. It says basically, where there is order, there is peace. And as you walk up the courthouse, you step inside. There is several guards there who are basically patting people down, taking their weapons, asking them to take off any armor that they have. There's places to stick it, and this is not your first time. None of your first times through this process. So you set your weapons aside. Olivia, you're allowed to keep your weapons as you are as a member of a watch, but they do confirm that you are an actual member of the watch. But Clara and Hurdler are not, even though they're with you. That's not enough to let them. So you're brought inside. You head down the hallway towards room 701, far down deep into the facility, and you step into these flat benches. There's a raised podium of which a judge sits behind. There is a series of bars, floor-to-ceiling bars, separating you from where the prisoners are, and you see a dash of white hair, not very, that looks like somebody tried to braid it, but it's got like all the loose ends and it's all frizzy and fuzzy, but it's still got a braid. You recognize the back of your mother. You've seen the back almost as much as you've seen the front, and she's left you, and your mother is sitting there talking gaily with the person next to her. Doesn't seem terribly concerned. She looks gaunt, has a lot more muscle than you remember last seeing, but seems to have also lost weight.
Here we go again.
Is she worse or better?
What do you mean?
Tell.
Yeah.
She seems in high spirits.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just one of her moods.
White is winter, which is sadness and regret.
I think she's got a mask on.
Maybe it'll be different this time.
You're
I guess-
optimistic.
We can hope.
Yep, that's all we can do is hope. She got herself into the mess.
I'm just looking at the odds, and they're bad.
Yeah.
As you guys are talking, she sort of just looks lazily over her shoulders and spots Hurdler first, and her eyes jump to both of you, and she breaks into a smile, and her hair changes from white to white tinged with green. Joy.
Hi, Mom.
And she stands up and walks over to the bars. How are you?
I'm good.
You guys came. Hi, Clara. Hi, Olivia.
Hi,
You
Mom.
made it.
Came.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping. Get out and come home.
Yeah, we've got our fingers crossed for you.
Good. How you guys been? Olivia, you're still in the watch, it looks like.
Yeah, holding down a job.
Good for you. And Clara, how you been? Still at school?
No, finished with school so far. It's working with Dad.
And how is he?
He's fine. He's up to making new things, and
Good.
I'm helping him with the shop.
Good. It's this awkward conversation. And as she's talking, a guard comes over. Go sit down. Go sit down. And the judge enters. Over the course of the next 2 hours, person after person is called, and as you sit on these hard benches, they go through each of these individuals, talking about their crimes and assigning them to a length of time in the mines. After that, they switch over to people who have been in the mines for a while and are up for parole. They go through another 45 minutes before they reach your mother. And as they call her up, there's a conversation that takes place about whether or not she has been reformed. And she swears that she has been reformed and that she will no longer have too many kids, continue to have children that she should not have, as there is a child limit that each person's allowed to have. And she swears that she will abide by the law and no longer grift people and steal. And the length of crimes that she says she's not going to do anymore is very long. And some of those things you're like, I didn't even know she did that. And the judge is unimpressed. You have come through here, he says, several times. If I'm looking at the records correctly, you've been incarcerated 16 times over the course of your lifespan. And obviously, it's clear that you have not been reformed. So here's the deal. You like to make friends and make people love you. If you've truly been reformed, then find somebody to pay your fine, your fee to society. 10,000 gold is the fine for this. You've had too many children, and some of your crimes have had to be restituted from the funds of the empire and our time and energy as we house you and keep you. So you are free when you have paid the fine. And she kind of turns and looks at all of you guys, and her hair goes back to white, and she's led back through the doors in the back of the courthouse. With no more business here, you guys stand up and leave. And as you make your way and get your armor back and put it back on, and you stand in front of the courthouse alone.
10,000 gold is a lot of money.
But we may have just made a friend who could help.
Yeah.
If he's an advisor, he's got to have some money. He's paying us each 100 gold.
Why should we even contribute anything more to her, though? She's been able to meet all sorts of people. Couldn't she just get one of the guys to do it?
I mean, how would she do that if she's in jail?
Oh, I'm sure there's talk to a cockroach, and then he goes and lures
You're aware of how she manipulates men.
Yeah.
Do you want another sibling? Do you want her to, that's only going to make things worse.
She said she's reformed.
She says that every time.
So then why should we even let her out?
Do you want her to be back in the mines or worse?
Her sentence is mines until she dies, or 10,000 gold, whichever comes first.
I mean, I know she's mom, but she's also mom. Like, 10,000 gold's a lot, but we just got a chance that we might be able to help here.
This could be viewed as a good thing. There's a chance to free her, right? We could do this. We just need to work really hard, and maybe this opportunity from our new friends will pay off. And and if it does, if we do gather the money, then we put a plan in place to keep her in check. And Olivia, don't look at us like that. She's your mother. You only get one mother.
Oh, well, got plenty of fathers, but yeah, I guess only the one mom. Okay. I'm not making any plans. I will make sure she follows a plan. If you guys want to make one, I can do enforcing. But that's...
You're good at enforcing. That's a good thing.
That sounds perfect, honestly, is you can keep your eye on her and make sure she's actually doing what she's supposed to be doing for once.
You're not just going to dump this on me,
Of course not. Of course not.
No, obviously, we would have to help with the plan and help make sure that she's actually doing what she's doing so that we don't owe 10,000 gold again.
As long as Herd doesn't leave like he did, and you don't leave like you did.
You know why I left. I had to join the watch. I had to put in my time so I could come back and provide for you guys. You were not in a good living situation in that attic.
And I offered.
No. No, you didn't.
Arthur's not that bad. You never come to holidays?
Yeah, it's all fake.
Okay. Well, I promise to be around if we can get this done.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be here as well. You know what? Let's see what these folks have to offer. 100 gold is a pretty good start.
300 gold.
300 gold.
I like the money. And apparently if we can get in good with this Anthony guy, he's got connections, so maybe I can get a promotion for once.
There you go.
You can make this work for you.
Aren't you out of a job, Herd? Don't you need something to make?
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, I was just let go, but now it sounds like I have a great career opportunity.
How do we know these guys aren't sketchy?
Oh, they're definitely sketchy.
Yeah. Actually, never mind. I don't give a shit.
Like, they can be as sketchy as they want as long as they give us the money and don't get us arrested or, attacked by the mob.
Yeah, well, if I do get that promotion, then you guys won't get arrested. So,
Yep, it's perfect. It seems like a pretty good deal.
All right, I think this is a plan. We're going to meet up with our new friends at Chester's Chest tomorrow morning, and we're going to express our interest in this career opportunity.
Yeah, what else are we gonna do? It's
okay.
Whichever
with your
one
plan in place. Sorry.
Whichever one of you is doing the talking, ask for more money. Don't just say okay. Just do the negotiation thing.
I can think of. Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, you guys got it.
He's got the intimidation. I can do the talking.
I'll wait.
So as you have your plan, as you continue chattering, you make your way back out to the tram to hop on and head back to your various roles and jobs. Although hurdler, as you get ready to head back to your job, the thought crosses your mind: oh wait, you have to go back and pick up your stuff, but you got fired yesterday.
Let go. I was let go.
Right. As you get back to your office, hurdler, Mike has already helpfully put all of your stuff into a box for you, and wishes you well. Do you tell him that you found another job, or?
No, I just glare at him and shake my fist and say, Mike.
He puts his fist up like he's going for a fist bump, and then and then Clara, you make your way back home, work in the shop for the day, and Olivia, you go back to your beat, and your sergeant asks, are you re-upping for another year? Still need that paperwork.
Yeah, I lost it. Do you have another copy?
How do you lose this? All right, yes, here. Here, and he gives you another set of paperwork to fill out.
Yeah, thanks. I think I might be getting transferred soon. A guy, Anthony. Do you know about him?
No.
Oh, I guess he's part of the ambassadors. She said he might do that transfer. Does that, if I fill out this paperwork and he does is that okay?
Well, the transfer is up to the major, obviously. If you do fill it out, you are signing up for another 3 years, as I told you before. So it is a long-term commitment there.
I thought you said it was 1 year.
No, they changed the rules. I told you they were changing the rules to. Oh no, right. Re-upping is 1 year. New hires is 3 years. Right. Yeah, 1 year. You're right. Sorry. A lot going on. 1 year. So you just have to be willing to do that. You under the responsibility, and so there's no guarantees. The Army. The watch. It's they go where they tell you where they want you to go, and even if somebody is on the advisors, don't really have the authority. The only advisor has the direct authority to determine which way we go is Rose. So she runs the whole thing. But outside of that, the general in command got appointed 3 days ago.
Rose got appointed 3 days ago?
Yeah. Sorry, you've been away. We have a new person in charge, a new advisor. She's worships the god of order and law or something, and has managed to finagle herself an advisorship. So she's now in charge of everything.
What do you think of her?
I've never met her, don't care.
Okay.
Way above my pay grade. So anyway, fill that out, and he lets you go. And we will pick back up tomorrow at Chester's Chest as you guys head home and have a good night's rest, and a long rest for anybody who needs that. You can click that on your sheet, a button that says long rest, and it will take care of all of the details of that for you on your sheet. So, good game, everyone. Thank you for coming and playing. Thank you for coming and watching. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Find out what's at Chester's Chest. And what's at the God's Inn? See what awaits you there. So
awesome!
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for a great game, Matt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.